Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to give my review, or my first impressions, I guess, of Dolly Kill Kill. This is by Yusuke Nomura and Yukiaki Kurando. It is available digitally through Kodansha. I only own the first volume of it. I got it as part of one of their Humble Bundles. It is bizarre. I believe it's 11 volumes long, and this is not one that I will be purchasing any more of. It is interesting. It basically starts out with this character. I think he's in high school or something at the beginning, and all of a sudden, this like swarm of wasps show up and are killing a bunch of people. I guess they're poisonous, and then these giant doll-like things show up with these vacuums, and they're just vacuuming up the bodies of people, and that is the first thing we see basically. And then we jump forward in time. He's now, I'm assuming, an adult, and most of the human population has been wiped out, and he's surviving, and these doll things are just kind of like wandering the earth, and they don't really harm people unless you provoke them, I guess. But it's basically a post-apocalyptic story of people. He teams up with these other people, and they're trying to figure out what these dolls are, what their purpose is, and how they're going to save the rest of humanity, I guess, or get their planet back. It is super, super bizarre. I just personally, I'm like, if I want to read a post-apocalyptic story, I just feel like there are far better ones out there. And maybe on, like, I've only read the first volume, so potentially it gets better, but I just don't have an interest in reading this any further. I would be very interested to hear from folks who have read this, either in its entirety or at least a good chunk of it, to know what you think. The art is interesting. I think it's okay. It's not my personal favorite, but I do appreciate that it is good art. But yeah, the doll things are just what gets me. Like, I don't understand. It is quite gruesome as well, for how cutesy the dolls kind of look. But it is pretty gross and gruesome. I'm just trying to find one of these dolls. There they are, fallen from the sky. Yeah, they're just, I don't know. I just think there are better versions of apocalyptic stories. And the cutesy, creepy vibe, I like it in some cases, but in this one, I don't really care for it because I just don't understand the point. They look like giant mascots, and I'm like, I don't know. I can't suspend my disbelief that much, honestly. I'm not interested. But, and I also just didn't find that I connected with the characters particularly. Like him as a main character, didn't super care for. I don't think we had enough time to actually like get a feel for who he is and why I should care about him. And then when he joins up with another group of people, at least in this first volume, you're just not given enough time to really get to know them and feel like you should care that they survive or not, which is a problem in a survival story. If I don't care about the characters, then, what's the point? And if I also don't care about the enemies, then what's the point? Because I don't care who wins this battle, this war for Earth. I don't care why the dolls are there. I don't really care if they kill the rest of the humans or not. And that's kind of a problem, because now I don't care enough to buy the next volume and find out what happens. But yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting, to say the least. If more of it was part of the bundle, the Humble Bundle that I purchased, then I certainly would have read more of it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to purchase more of this. And I certainly wouldn't have gone out of my way to purchase Volume 1 separately if it wasn't already part of the bundle. But yeah, very interesting. If you've read this, love to hear your thoughts. Not trying to knock it if it's one of your favorite stories or you really enjoy it. I'm just genuinely curious about what you like about it, what you take from it. This is my own opinion. I mean, if any of this sounded interesting to you, certainly go pick it up and try it yourself. Don't take my word for it. But for me, it was a miss and not something I'm interested in picking up more of. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.